Well, hello, fellas, and welcome to another episode of SlowVolonia 2.0. Last time I said we're going to be dealing in this episode with some transportation, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So I said this big empty lot is going to become a place for my bus terminal. So let's say we don't need a big double road because no cars are going to be parking here. So we're going to do something along the line of this, and we're going to have you there. Nice and big, just in the middle. I think this is the parking lot for the thingy. Does it need anything else? Extra garages? Maybe let's have a roadside garage, because this enhances the look, and do that. I let the game running for a little bit because I was making so much money, and I was like, instead of having you guys wait to make some extra cash in the bank, I just let it run by itself. So we're gonna want also electric buses. This extra garage by the road looks cool. And let's give them a pathway access to the garage. So like this. Not really like that, but like that. Can I anarchy the path slightly inside? Hmm. This looks fine, does it? Is there any access to the back alleyway or something? No. So yeah, this is good enough. They're gonna have to jump the fence. Nah. Hold on. Don't bridge yourself. There we go. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. That's cool. And we can see, is this a garbage truck? Oh, we just collected from the extra garage. Okay, so let's put a bunch of trees around. Complete the foresty look of things. Not with anarchy. Not with anarchy. Because they're gonna start growing from the road. So let's complete the rest of this. Cool. Now that we have a bus service, we will need to have some bus routes. And what I'm thinking, there is gonna be no bus route from here to there. Because, like, for example, how long is it? It's like 2.8 kilometers. That for a bus route seems a bit too long. Seems a bit too much. 2 kilometers. So I'm thinking of a metro for the span of like that bit there. So when we're gonna unlock the metros, I already. No, I don't have it unlocked. I don't have the subway unlocked. I can click on them, but they're not unlocked. But when we're gonna unlock the subway, we have the 2x1 subway station, which can easily fit in one of these places. So like people can just come with the bus here and just subway themselves all the way there to that industrial area. So let's think of a bus route. We definitely want a nice bus route to come. It's gonna have a connection here, and it's gonna go down by the front of the office area upwards into this big zone, and he's gonna come back down. Do I want it to hit the main road? No, because this piece is too long and it's like time losing. It's like a lot of time lost. Gonna come back through here. It's gonna hit the middle here. So these guys won't have a bus stop in front of the house, but rather it's gonna be to either of those sides. So let's go. Let's make our first bus connection. We want some shelters. So for this area at least, these middles are gonna have some shelters. Like 1, 2, and then a third a little bit further away. Now these guys here will have they. Sorry guys. I am still a bit brainly challenged. It won't be too much of a task for anyone to reach that bus stop, especially that you don't want to walk down there. It's fine. Actually put these ones here a little bit closer to the cemetery, and let's take these ones away. Because maybe people from the cemetery, they're coming to light up a candle for their loved ones and going by the bus. Now, the bus will go down. Here I have the school, which is almost full. Which means a lot of children are gonna want to be taking the bus. And now, this station is gonna be just here. Not here, here. Why? Because we're gonna have the subway connection here, so we want the people from the subway to be able to reach a train station straight away. Now I'm thinking giving some bus connection to these guys, and this is the main shopping area, so I want them to be dropped by the main plaza, and this is where the line's gonna end. And in order for the line to reset itself, it's gonna go all the way there. Actually, I said I am not gonna be putting any path, but I think that will be a smart idea to have one just there. And add a bus connection here. So these guys, for example, if you live here, instead of having to walk all the way up here, you can just walk out and go there. Okay, so this is gonna be our first official bus route. So let's start connecting. So you, bang, bang, bang. And it is a little bit of a time loss here, because I connected them at the shopping area so they can go access the front shops. Now these guys are gonna have to like walk a little bit to get to the bus, but this is why I put walkability in the scheme when I planned it out. So for example, they can just use this one here. We're gonna calculate the distances so we can optimize the walkability. Because for example, even here, I think this is the same distance, well, close to being the same distance. So let's see how bad the line is going to be impacted and how many drivers will be happy to not use their cars. So the bus line runs through the middle. I think it's just over 100 meters. Oh, it's 200 meters. And where exactly did I place it? Just over here. And they have to walk 200 meters to the bus route. Interesting enough. So after a quick documentation and a quick going to the toilet, I let the game run again while I went and came back, and yeah, we reached the next milestone. So the documentation says a reasonable walking distance is anywhere up to half a mile, roughly half a mile. So the 200 meters we've seen here. Huh? Why are we not seeing the distance anymore? Yeah, so the 200 meters we're seeing here, it's way more than reasonable. And I did calculate it myself. Because, for example, I go to work with one of my colleagues every now and then, and he picks me up at the top of the road. It doesn't even seem like that long of a walk. It like barely seems like fuck all, but calculated by my map, it's around 390 meters, and I'm walking that distance very, very happily. So, yeah, guys, it's actually a reasonable walking distance. So, our bus route is more than fine, especially that it's gonna be a smooth walk. Why a smooth walk? Because I said so, because everything is walkable. Everything, like all the roads and everything have pedestrian access and they're very walkable. So a quick 200 meters doesn't take you more than 240 steps ish, which means it's good enough. It's not even close to your necessary steps for the day, where you need to do like 10k steps a day. That's the normal requirement for a healthy person to do in a day, 10,000 steps. You're not even doing those. You're doing like 2% of your steps walking to the bus. Just 2%. Not even 10. 2% of your steps just walking to the bus, which is fine. So that means this bus route is now an efficiently working bus route. So these guys can access it, is quick access. These guys can even just access it here, but what's the point? Because you can just walk to work. Because I think if I was to be working at one of those offices, walking 264 meters to access these ones here is just perfect enough. So, with that being said, let's see how it does. 2,000 people a month. That's a good number. That's a very good number. 2,000 people a month. That's a very good number. Now, what else we can do? What else we can do? I'm thinking to get rid of this mountain here. I did say I'm gonna abuse this map, so you guys have to take me for granted when I say stupendous things, because I'm actually gonna do them. So goodbye mountain. Maybe I'm gonna make a small artificial mountain somewhere else. Oh, this here feels like I've done a crime. Not gonna lie, it feels like I've done a crime. What's going on outside? One second, guys. Okay, so sort of nothing seems to be going on, but I do want to kind of lower my volume a little bit, at least for now, because it's very night outside, even though the time is fine, but it's getting into the winter times. What is my phone at? It's 8 o'clock, my neighbor's kid might want to be sleeping, so I'm gonna reduce the volume. Question mark. If I'm gonna be doing anything, I'm making heaps of money, which is good. In terms of education, do we have a high school yet? No, we do not. So that's why our houses aren't upgrading properly, because we don't have high school. Do we go for the small high school? We have 8,000 people and 1,000 students. City high school. How much capacity? 800. And this is the normal high school. The one that the game gives us. I think I want this one. Honestly. And then to build around it a little bit. But where? Because I also want the bus to be connected to it. For example, it's gonna be a secondary bus lane, which is gonna start here. It's gonna bring it up, and I'm thinking for this area to be quite a big living area. Let's somewhat pitch my ideas together here with the fields and everything. So, I want to be contracting this road here. Please lower yourself to ground level. Thank you very much. And this is gonna be a middle point for the area. We're not gonna talk about that. Let's get rid of these. So now what I'm thinking is I'm gonna run a strip of forest. A strip of foliage. How much do I want to be between this roundabout and the next roundabout? I do want a reasonable distance. So it's gonna be 320 meters. 320 meters for the next roundabout seems fine. So the next roundabout is gonna run straight into... Holy mother of breaking grids. Are you good? No, he's not good. Maybe probably this road is a bit off because of this one being a little bit off itself. For example, if I run this, yeah, they're a bit off. They only straighten up here. Okay. Do they? No, they don't. So we're in a bit of a pinch. But what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be keeping this road to be the straight one. I'm gonna be building the grid based off this road. I don't want that connection to be that close, but maybe I do. I do. Please don't let me see that too. Sometimes it's just annoying. So I'm gonna connect into you, my boy. And yes, you're gonna break, but I'm gonna use this. You're not gonna be as broken. So I'm gonna use a delimitation to build. Which is gonna be set by this path over here, which is gonna connect to you. So no buildings allowed on the front road there, unless there are gonna be some shops like these ones, which I think we're gonna be replicating this bit here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick you up, run you over just like so. You're braking. But that's fine, it's been run over. And yes, we're gonna have this sort of connection. It's gonna be a pathway connection. And now we did some walkability connection. Because there are gonna be two big shopping areas. Why are you braking again? Well, we're not gonna be building on it, so let it broken. And have this one go all the way up. Okay. All the way up, but this all the way up is gonna stop over here. It's gonna be our first connection on towards the shopping side. So let's break this road and let's place our high school. And the extra extension of the high school is gonna be to each side. What do you require? Large sports parks. You actually. Before you could have built it without this. And here, and recycling center, thank you very much. So we have the main building that we wanted now. And as you can see, as I said, these runs to each side, which is completely fine. So we're gonna run this road by here, and then we're gonna run it going downwards, back into the main street. So now, just normally here, we're gonna keep on running our main street up, because this is our main street for this specific area. So now when we get a connective bus route, he's just gonna drop off here, and we're gonna get a connective subway, do we? No, no point. Like subway station is just here. And the subway, I don't want it to run here into here, but here we can make something along the lines of a tram or a different type of transit, so to speak. But I do fancy a tram line. I do fancy a tram line. But if I was to implement it, I'll say we'll go on the main road, like two main roads, like this, and maybe when I'm gonna be building something over here, rather, it's gonna have like a nice big main tram connection. Yeah, can do, can do, can do. So here is gonna be again a shopping area. How did I started this one? So it's just some shops straight away from the roundabout going onwards. I don't want to build by the roundabout here. I want to be doing something a little bit more interesting. So give me the big pedestrian road. And do something like that. So now the grid is not broken either side, it's just broken here. Where is gonna be a nice park by the roundabout? So how many students we have? 140. And here it should be full. 960 is not full yet. It's good. It's good, it's not full. Now, in terms of noise pollution, you are rather noisy, so I don't want any buildings next to you. Well, what do I want then? I mean, this side can be some small offices indeed. Like one here, one here, one here, and one here, which gives me like perfect gaps to put puta madre, where are you? Why am I on European again? Oaks. So one here, one here, one here, and one just to the corner of the street. Now this has some parking spots, but I feel like they're not enough. So I can run some parking spots onto this area. Here there is not gonna exist another. How am I gonna do it? So this street runs here like that. I have the main street in the middle, so it's gonna keep on running with a normal street like so. And the shops are gonna be running there. So what I'm gonna be doing is get one pathway connection, which is the same like I've done there, and bring the pathway connection all the way there. And now you are gonna be connected via pathway. Not broken like that. Thank you very much. Let's give you a normal connection. Once. Going twice. Now that's a big area. So what I'm gonna end up doing is find the middle. 136, 144. 144. So the middle is a double. So what I'm gonna be doing is 136 with 136 and run it over, but not all the way into the street. Not all the way into the street. Which maybe I'm gonna be doing this. So let's do the shop coverage to see how it will look. So we want full size shops, which is kind of what I've done there. Because one more level until we can finally replace them. So 1, 2, 3, and just perfectly 3 there. And it's gonna fall here 3 again. 2. And here it doesn't do 3 big ones. So what I'm gonna be doing here is do the big one and then redraw the pathway because I want them to be somewhat efficient. So now here I'm gonna have to be doing a parking plot for the high school. Here or here? No, so here I'm gonna stick to the park, and here I'm gonna stick to the parking. So since we have this pedestrian road, we're gonna run a pedestrian road and we're gonna make a rather big parking lot here. Here, here. Make it here. I don't want it to be that big. Actually, make it that big. Make it all of this parking, parking, parking. Everywhere parking! For the parking. Figlio di puta. Give me tile 1. Tile 1 looks cool. Now hold the candle. I have seen something that needs to be swapped here. Add the crosswalks. Add the crosswalks. Let me make sure everywhere is crosswalks. Crosswalks, crosswalks everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Even here. Even here. Where small roads meet, there should be crosswalks. There, there, there. I don't want to sacrifice walkability for nothing. There. Where? Where else? Where else? You the one just here? Yes, there. There. Oh my god, they filled it up. Let's go. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 32. So 64. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 64 times 10, 640 parking lots, all full. So we have 640 cars just there. And they're parking all over the roads. Nah, fuck off. You don't need 640 cars for this density, do you? Plus, you have parking spots here. You don't have any. I swear I've given you some. Ah, fuck it. Doesn't matter. Okay, we already see them being used. Why are you doing that? Okay, so these are being already used. The shops are flourishing on that side. And now let's do some lower-end buildings next to the university. They're not gonna be huddled together. We're gonna give them an equal amount of space to the building. Hey, look, they're gonna get free tickets to the games. Was this a dead tree from the map? Because I know I have disabled that feature. So let's put a row of trees. Because trees also block noise. Because that's how nice they are. Now these buildings are all cheap apartments. Cheap buildings. So pairing cheap buildings to a big beautiful high school is gonna make them look nicer even though they're cheap. So it's a good deal. It's a good deal. And now here we're gonna do two of the big ones. Is this a 6x6? This is a 6x6, and is this a 6x6? This is a 6x6. With some parks behind them. Whoa. American football field, soccer field. Oh, we have these as well. Football stadium. Ooh, big one. But I still don't know why the soccer field is so small, because like there can be massive soccer fields. A community pool. Indoor community pool. What is this? Baseball and then just a random sports field. I think the sports field, yeah, is just like that one. And they can play American football in the middle and track around the thingy. That's cool. What am I gonna put here? Definitely some parks. Let me have some beautiful plazas. What is the plazas here? I'm gonna have two of these plazas to each side. The ones with the fountain. I love the ones with the fountain. Um, what is a surface breaker? Yeah, that's good enough. That's much better. I don't want them to have a broken aspect. I want the grass to be somewhat similar. And let's run some extra trees, extra foliage. Let's run these ones. We haven't run them in a while. So 2 rows of this. This looks cool enough. Question mark. Are these buildings here American or European style? I don't think it matters, but I think I've done them in American style. Either way. And these ones, I don't really think they matter what style they are. Still, 175 residents. So many cars. Oh, there is some empty parking lots now. That's good. Feels like they're migrating here. Are they just trying to fill it up? Yeah, it's fair play. How much bigger am I gonna make this area? Because this area is rather small. It just goes long into the back. This one here, it's already same size just because of one high school. Which is filling up quite rapidly. Why do you have to be the weird one out of the all? You know what is fine, it gives variety. So the main street runs that way because of the college, sorry. I'm gonna make the connection act like a spine. So this one here is gonna be the same. And now here we can break it up and go middle. Is this a middle? 136, 144. There's gonna be another double road. Does it give me equal spaces? Not there. They're 5 and 5 each side. Now here are two very close intersections. That's fine. That's completely fine. Tell me you have a middle. Okay, you're gonna be annoying. 128 and 128. So you do have a middle. What kind of density do I want to build on these areas? Let's look at noise pollution. So these guys somewhat are protected from the noise pollution of that. And these guys here, they're noisy, but not that noisy. They don't bypass the road. It's not that big of a deal. So if I'm gonna be doing something tight here, I'm gonna be leaving 5 spaces either side. Either side of that 5 spaces. Maybe not all need to be roads. It's like this one here is too many intersections. It's just not right, so This one can be a road because it doesn't do much. And these ones here can just be a pathway. Now I think why I've done roads is because of the grid there, but it's alright. Hmm. How broken do I want this to be? So another 5 will be fine. And I'm gonna be doing a normal small house village here. Is there an underpass? Underpasses. Wait, so what these do? So can I build onto you? Wait, so how do you work? Yeah, I see that there. And also, oh, the oh, so it connects weirdly like that. Okay, they're interesting. They're interesting features. They're interesting features. Do they act as sparks? They do have an upkeep, which is perfectly fine. Hmm, interesting enough. Anyways, let's do a small village here. This is gonna be okay. You do that. Hmm. Is this fine? Yes, this should be fine. And I'm gonna be doing slightly bigger housing on the other side. So here I'm gonna be doing these ones at the smallest. And these ones at the biggest they can get. We're going American style. Okay, good. Is the good style. Is the style I'm building in. Well, a bit more better when it comes to development than our fellows American I am, but what I say, guys. Let's do two like these here. So this is one of our streets. And now here, they still want cheap apartments. And I'm gonna give it to them. So I'm gonna be doing something along the lines of that. With some extra cheap apartments here to either side. Now I don't like how this road cuts in the middle. So I think I'm gonna replicate the idea of those cheap apartments. My apologies. My apologies. Because I do want some sort of efficiency. So I'm gonna be doing exactly that. So that, that, and that. And here you only mirror me onto you. Which I'm gonna be doing you like that. And that's fine as well. Because one part there is taken by the road, which is completely fine. And I think I'm gonna be doing some parking lots here. Should I? I think I should. So in order to give these guys their privacy from the tall buildings behind them, let's increase the space by 1. Let's put these ones like that. There's a decent distance between them. A fairly decent distance. Now here I'm not going to be making tall buildings to face this way. But I do have to fill up this space. So maybe for these fellows here, page yourself up to ground level. I'm gonna be doing something along the lines of this. Here is gonna be the same. Now these parking lots can perfectly run like so. These are for these guys. So in order to enhance them like we did to the rest, we're gonna get our paved tiles. Gonna run them around, wrap them around all the way, and connect them. So now we're having some parking spots for these guys. It's quite a high density, like 36 households. So you can expect a number of cars. Again, I'm not too fond of allowing cars parked on the road, but here I think will be needed for them to do that. So I'm gonna allow it here. And I'm gonna be placing these trees by hand. And I don't want to place all of them next to the street, so there's gonna be a nice patch of nothingness there. Maybe a little bit of detailing on my side. Let's see what we can do to this street to have it gain some popularity, some cool stuff, some character. So definitely gonna be running an oak there. And then another patch of nothingness as you come in this side. So again, these guys don't have parks around them. They just have green space. I haven't done any parks. So, because the parks are gonna have a wide coverage, we're gonna be getting some benches. Do we have some benches, please? We have tables. Where are my benches? What is this? Decals. Oh no, these are decals. They have nothing to do with that. Um, it should be like a garden bench. Where did they used to be? Not here, clearly. Where did I take them from? Not here. They should be here. Yes, they are here. I'm not doing the sports bench. I want to do something rather fancy, so we're gonna be getting these fancy. Actually, do it basic, and let's do them in a line on a wall-to-wall mode. And I want them to run on. Nice, terrible. We're gonna plop them single-handedly. There's gonna be like a small little hangout area, so that's about a decent distance in between each of them. Let's do that. And let's do that. And behind them as well. Let's do that, and let's do just that. And now let's put two gazebos. Okay, someone's being taken away in an ambulance. Doesn't that look just fine? Some benches, some gazebos, they work. I think I'm gonna keep on placing gazebos to either side. It's like small hangout areas for the buildings. In my country, they have a thing with these buildings where like people meet up to discuss the problems and shit. So it can be a cool hangout area to discuss just that. Um, Again, maybe one adjacent to each one of these buildings, just like a little extension for each individual building. So it's gonna be to their, this is like this to the left, and here is gonna be to the right, and also all the way around them. So now, when you have a view, and let's say you're walking on the street, do I have the pedestrian view? No, I don't. So you're gonna walk home. You're gonna go home. This is your view on the street as you go home. And you're living here in one of these houses. It's quite lively. Gazebos, green patches. Everywhere you look looks cool. I see a massive mountain in the distance. I think this mountain I'm never gonna flat. This is gonna be the staple of the of the map. That mountain in the middle. Big staple of the map. It's the same if you walk here though. Same thing, you're going home here. Say this is you. You're not gonna be as tall as me right now, but it looks fine. It looks fine as fuck. I love it. Now these guys are gonna upgrade soon, I hope. They tell you what? Money that is left over after paying rent and upkeep is to have the occupants. Household wealth, wretched. Why? Wretched, wretched, wretched. Why are you poor? I'm making money. Why are you poor? Let's tweak some things. Let's tweak some things. So you're going to electricity and we're making money, but this service affects budget building efficiency. If okay, no service fee. Citizens and businesses pay a fee for using electricity, which offers. Okay, so in order to fix that fool, I'm gonna put it on 50%. I'm gonna half the price of that, and the service fee for water, I'm gonna be halving the price of that as well. Healthcare is just budget, garbage is just budget, education is just budget, fire and rescue. Everything else is a budget. Everything else is a budget. So we're halving that so they can have some money. Like these guys are wealthy. These guys are still wretched. What are these guys doing? Wealthy. So I don't know why those guys are wretched. Like I see everyone who moves there is wretched. These guys are just poor. I think wretched is worse than poor and modest. Maybe it's because of work. Maybe I don't need to be building some extra of these here. Perhaps. Maybe I actually need to build some more factories, so I'm gonna be doing this. The traffic here goes a bit crazy, even though it's not meant to be. So we'll see later on. The landfill is almost full. Oh yeah, let's replace the landfill. Yes, goodbye landfill. You were good, but I've got something even better. We've got the recycling center. Boom. Baby boom. Is this extra capacity? Storage extension and hazardous. How big is the hazardous? So it can be... Can I rotate it? Like... Why you keep one to attach yourself to the building? It's fine. Maybe this extension can run up there and this one. Oh, that's cool. So we have somewhat of a garbage thing by the main road, which is fine, but we also have the big one there. So now we have a big capacity here and a proper recycling system. And we also have the small hazardous one. So we've done that one in a more eco-friendly manner than the dump. So what can I do for these guys? So we've lowered the electricity thingy, which is something. How are we doing with the electricity production? We're fine. Actually doing quite alright. So I'm gonna be placing 3 more of these. Let's extend this road and let's try to build up on this industrial area here. Let's build you up. And as soon as I can get one in the middle, that's perfect. I want to expand on my electricity thingy. Do you have wires on the top? No. Let's max you out. I only want to do eco-friendly energy. So I guess these ones here are just fine. And if I run a road like so. Is that a 90-degree? Yes. Demolish here for the time being. And demolish here for the time being. And let's do something here. This is gonna be a path that's gonna be running for the surface of the windmills for the electricity. Yep, perfect. And let's do this. Let's put some foliage. Do not have this area look weird or ugly. Bang, bang, bang. What is it? Summer? Oh, it's summer. It's very hot outside. 34 degrees Celsius. Oh, it's very hot. 34 degrees Celsius is super hot. Well, trees are gonna make it feel bearable. And we're having extra battery. Is it 10? Yes, 10. So we have a capacity of 60 on the battery, which is fine. Um, do I have this unlocked? No. But we're gonna unlock it soon, and we're gonna build something with it. Okay, so this is going down, but the need for apartment buildings is just getting higher and higher. These guys are just not upgrading. How are we doing with the electricity? Budget. Not production. Where was it? Taxation? Where did I saw my budget earlier? I have the main budget here. Was it? Yeah, on services, electricity. So we're losing money, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine that I'm losing money. Fuck it. As long as these guys are gonna have a good living condition, that's fine. It's fine by me. Still not to the next level, so let's start building up to the next level. How much time has it passed? Okay, so I'm gonna be leaving you here. Next time, we're gonna expand on shops and we're gonna see how we can properly design shopping areas and such to service our citizens and increase their pockets. Because my economy is good, their economy is bad. Oh, we need to further increase their economy so our economy can boom. See you next episode. Have a blast. Goodbye.